Sometimes we look at our life and we feel stuck. We know this habit is wrong. We know it hurts our deen, our health, our family, our peace. We say, I'll stop one day. But that one day never comes. You tell yourself, after Ramadan I'll change. After the stress I'll change. After marriage I'll change. But the habit stays. And with every day that passes, it feels heavier and you feel weaker. Maybe it's haram content on the phone. Maybe it's smoking. Maybe it's gossip. Maybe it's anger. Maybe it's wasting hours scrolling while salah goes out of the window. You pray, you cry, you say, Ya Allah, I hate this habit. Please take it away from me. But then, a few days later, you fall again. And Shaitan whispers, see, you are fake. You will never change. Listen carefully. This is not the voice of Allah. This is not the voice of mercy. This is the voice that wants you to give up. Today, inshallah, we are going to learn how to give up bad habits, step by step with the help of Allah, not with willpower alone, not with motivation that dies after 2 days, but with a system from the Qur'an, the Sunnah, and the way Allah created your heart. Stay with me till the end, because one decision you make today can change the rest of your life. Understand how Allah created you. Before you even try to stop your habit, you need to understand something very important, something that will remove shame, remove guilt, and give you hope again. You are not your habit. You are not your mistake. You are not your weakness. You are a servant of Allah who happens to struggle with a habit. And that is a huge difference. A sin does not define you. A habit does not cancel your worth. A mistake does not erase your iman. Allah created you with a heart that can change, a mind that can grow, and a soul that can return to Him at any moment. But here's the part many people forget. Allah created us with a system inside, a system where what you repeat becomes easier. What you repeat feels normal. What you repeat starts shaping your identity. If you repeat laziness, laziness becomes your comfort zone. If you repeat anger, anger becomes your reaction. If you repeat scrolling, scrolling becomes your escape. But if you repeat something good, even a tiny good, it becomes second nature. If you repeat kindness, your heart softens. If you repeat gratitude, peace enters your life. If you repeat salah, salah becomes the light of your day, not a burden. This is why Allah, in His wisdom, didn't tell us, pray once in your life, fast once in your life, make dua once in your life. No, He told us to pray 5 times every single day. He told us to make dhikr often, not occasionally. He told us to return to Him again and again, not only when life is falling apart. Why? Because repetition builds your heart. Repetition washes your soul. Repetition rewires your desires. Repetition shapes your character. Just like drops of water can carve a mountain, the things you do every day are carving you. So understand this with clarity. Your bad habit didn't appear overnight. It formed slowly, quietly, with repetition. And it stayed because you repeated it, not because you are weak, evil, or hopeless. And in the exact same way it entered your life, you will remove it with another kind of repetition. Repetition of better choices. Repetition of small acts of obedience. Repetition of turning back to Allah. Every good habit you repeat pushes the bad habit out of your heart, drop by drop, day by day. This is how Allah created you. Not to be stuck, not to be controlled by your past, but to be someone who can transform with small steps done consistently. Your habit has a pattern, and patterns can be rewritten. The first step, be honest with yourself. Most people never change, not because they are bad, not because they don't care, but because they never pause long enough to face the truth. They keep moving, they distract themselves, they avoid the conversation they need to have with their own heart. Whenever the thought appears, this habit is hurting me, they quickly cover it with jokes, with excuses, with comparisons like, at least I'm not doing what others do. At least I pray. At least I'm not the worst. But you don't grow by comparing yourself to someone who is worse. You grow by comparing yourself to the person Allah knows you can become. Real change begins with one brave moment. One moment where you sit with yourself quietly, gently, and you say, yes, this is a problem. Yes, this is a sin. Yes, this habit is taking something from my dunya and my akhirah. Yes, I need to stop. Not because you are scared of being judged by people, not because you are embarrassed in front of the world, but because you love Allah, because you want His light in your heart, because you want to return to Him clean and beautiful. So right now, pause for just a few seconds and name your habit honestly. Say in your heart, Ya Allah, the habit I am struggling with is this. Fill the blank. Don't run from it. Don't soften it. Don't pretend it's small. Just face it. There is no shame between you and Allah. There is only truth and His mercy waiting for you. Because you cannot fix what you refuse to acknowledge. You cannot heal what you refuse to admit. And you cannot change what you keep hiding from your own soul. But the moment you name it, the moment you look it in the eyes, its power over you begins to break. This is the beginning of healing. This is the first step Allah loves, the step of honesty. Turn the habit into a dua. Now that you've faced your habit with honesty, the next step is not to fight it with muscles, or willpower, or motivation that disappears in 2 days. The real transformation begins when you take this habit, and you place it gently in the hands of the one who can remove it in a second. Turn your habit into a dua. Whenever you feel weak, say, Ya Allah, you see me. You know exactly what I'm struggling with. You know my heart, my intentions, my tears, my fears. I am tired of this habit. I want to leave it purely for your sake. Help me, strengthen me. Take this habit away from me. Do not leave me to myself even for the blink of an eye. Say it with humility. Say it with hope. Say it with the certainty that Allah never ignores a heart that calls Him sincerely. And here's the secret many people forget. Asterisk, asterisk. Dua is not something you make once. Dua is something you live with. Asterisk, asterisk. Don't make this dua only when you feel ashamed, when you fall in Ramadan and Laylatul Qadr, or only after you sin and feel guilty. No, make this dua when your heart is soft, when your heart is hard, when you feel close to Allah, when you feel far from Him, when you are strong, and especially when you are weak. Say it in sujood, when your forehead is on the ground and your soul is the closest it can ever be to Allah. Before you sleep, when the world is quiet and your heart is honest. After every salah, because these are moments Allah loves to accept dua. When the temptation starts, when the urge grows, when the habit pulls, you ask Allah right there. Even during the habit, if you fall, call Him while you are falling. Only shaitan tells you it's too late. Allah never says that. Because no one can pull you out of a bad habit except the one who created your heart, your desires, your triggers, your weaknesses, and your strength. And the one who created them can change them. He can shift your heart in ways you cannot imagine. He can remove a habit you've struggled with for 10 years in one sincere night. He can replace your weakness with strength and your shame with light. So hold on to this dua. Grip it tightly. Repeat it until it becomes part of you. Repeat it until the habit itself becomes uncomfortable inside your soul. Because every dua you make is a knock on a door that will open, maybe slowly, maybe suddenly, but it will open. And when Allah answers you, you will look back one day and say, this habit controlled me for years. But the moment I turned to Allah, everything changed. Change your environment or it will change you. Now listen to this carefully with your heart, because this is one of the biggest truths about habits. Your environment shapes you more than your intention does. You can have the strongest will, you can cry in sujood, you can beg Allah for strength. But if you keep yourself in the same environment that feeds your habit will stay alive. Just like plants grow in the soil that nourishes them, sins grow in the environment that allows them. Think of your own pattern. If you always fall into sin with your phone in your room at night, then your phone is not just a phone. It is a doorway, a door you keep opening even though you know what's on the other side. If you always fall when you go out with certain people, then those people are not fun friends. They are a path leading you away from who you want to be. If you always smoke in a certain corner, that corner is not innocent. It is part of the habit. It holds memories, triggers, associations. And Allah gave you a mind, a heart, and a body that all react to your surroundings. That's how He created you. So, ask yourself honestly, where do I usually fall? Who am I with when I fall? What object is in my hand when I fall? At what time does the urge hit me the most? And then this is the hard part. You must be brave enough to change those things. Because habits don't break by accident. They break by replacing the environment that feeds them. Here are some real changes you can make. 1. If your phone is your doorway, close it. Don't sleep with it next to your head. Don't charge it by your bed. Place it in another room. Buy a cheap alarm clock for Fajr. One small change can protect your heart from a big fall. 2. If an app keeps dragging you into haram, delete it. Delete it without a second thought. Your peace is worth more than notifications. Your iman is worth more than entertainment. Your Jannah is more precious than any apps. 3. If certain people weaken your faith, step away. This is painful, but necessary. You can find new friends, Allah will replace them with better people. But you will not get another chance at the Day of Judgment. Choose the people who push you toward Allah, not the people who pull you towards sin. 4. If your room is your trigger, rearrange it, move your furniture, change where you sit, create a new atmosphere, place a mushaf on your desk. Let the room remind you of Allah, not of your past mistakes. This is not weakness, this is wisdom. Even the prophets changed their environments. Ibrahim alayhi salam destroyed the idols that led people to sin. Yusuf alayhi salam ran away from the room of temptation, even though he was physically strong. You cannot hold fire in your hand and say, I trust myself, I won't get burned. No, you step away from the fire. That's how you stay safe. That's how you protect your iman. Changing your environment is not running away. It is you saying to Allah, Ya Allah, I am serious. I'm taking the steps. Now, give me strength. Do not just stop, replace. One of the biggest mistakes people make when trying to change is thinking that the solution is only to stop. Stop the sin. Stop the habit. Stop the pattern. But the human heart does not work like a switch. You cannot simply remove something and expect the space to stay empty. The soul hates emptiness. Your mind hates silence. Your heart hates a vacuum. And Shaitan loves emptiness because he knows exactly how to fill it. So remember this rule. If you don't replace the bad with something better, the bad will return stronger than before. Allah created us in a way that we must always be occupied with thoughts, occupied with desires, occupied with actions. And if you don't choose what fills your heart, something else will choose for you. So when you remove a bad habit, don't just think, I'm stopping. Ask yourself, what will I put in its place? Because replacing is not weakness. Replacing is strategy. Replacing is intelligence. Replacing is how you protect your heart. Here are examples to make it real. Example 1. Leaving haram contentive. You stop listening to haram songs or watching things that darken your heart. Don't just sit in silence waiting for your nafs to attack you. Fill your ears and heart with something that brings you closer to Allah. Qur'an recitation, meaningful Islamic talks, nasheeds without instruments, quiet background Qur'an while you work. Let your ears taste something pure. Example 2. Wasting time at night. If you stop scrolling endlessly at night, replace it with a new routine. Sleep earlier. Charge your phone away from your bed. Wake up for Fajr refreshed. Maybe even pray 2 rakat of tahajjud. You didn't lose your old habit. You upgraded it. Example 3. Leaving bad gatherings. If you step away from friends who drag you into sin, you must fill that social gap with something healthier. a halakha, a masjid activity, Qur'an class, quality time with family. A supportive Islamic community. Humans are social creatures. If you don't choose good company, bad company will find you. Example 4. Quitting smoking or any physical habit. When your body is used to doing something at a certain time, you must give it a different activity. Deep breathing. Dhikr, a quick walk, a glass of cold water. Stretching, a miswake. You are retraining your body with gentleness. The truth. Your heart is like a garden. If you pull the weeds but don't plant flowers, the weeds will grow back. So don't only stop, replace, renew. Fill your heart with something stronger, cleaner, and more beautiful. Because an empty space will always be filled, either with the light of Allah or with the darkness you left behind, and you choose which one enters. Start small, but be consistent. Most people fail in their journey of change because they expect transformation to happen overnight. They want to wake up one morning suddenly pure, suddenly disciplined, suddenly free from all sins, suddenly praying like a scholar, suddenly reciting Qur'an like an imam, suddenly becoming the person they dream of. But this is not how hearts change. When you try to transform everything in one day, you burn out in 3 days. And then Shaitan whispers, "See, you failed again. You're not strong enough. You're not meant for this path." And before you know it, you're back to the same old habit, sometimes even worse than before. But our Prophet ﷺ revealed a secret of spiritual growth. Allah loves the small deed that you do every day, more than the big deed you do once in a while. Why? Because small deeds build real change. Small steps build real habits. Small actions build real closeness to Allah. And here is the truth. If your bad habit took years to grow, don't expect it to disappear in one night. So start small, but stay consistent. Start with one simple rule, not 10, not 50, just one. Say to yourself, from today, I will not do this habit, in this place, divided by at this time, divided by with these people. That one boundary creates a crack in the habit's power, a small entrance for light to enter. Then add one small act of worship, not the whole world of worship, just one. From today, I will read Qur'an for 5-10 minutes daily, not 1 hour, just a few minutes, but every single day. From today, I will pray one salah in the masjid. It could be Fajr, it could be Maghrib, just one, but every single day. From today, I will give a tiny sadaqah every Friday, even if it's the price of a cup of tea, even if it's 1 coin, but every single week. These tiny acts, they are not tiny in the sight of Allah. Every small deed you repeat becomes a brick in the wall between you and your old habit. Think of a drop of water. One drop is nothing. It cannot break anything. It is weak. It is small. It looks useless. But when a drop falls on the same spot, again and again and again, days pass, weeks pass, months pass, and that soft water creates a hole in the hardest rock, not because the water is strong, but because it is consistent. Your small daily deed works the same way. Your habit may feel like a rock right now, solid, heavy, unbreakable, but your consistent acts of worship, your consistent boundaries, your consistent efforts will break it, slowly, silently, steadily, until one day you wake up and think, Subhanallah, I don't miss that habit anymore. Your heart became stronger than your past, not through giant actions, but through gentle, patient, daily ones. This is the way of true transformation. Expect slips, but never settle. This is the stage where many people lose themselves. You start strong, you feel hopeful, you feel the sweetness of change. You feel closer to Allah than you felt in a long time. A week passes, 2 weeks, a whole month. You think, Alhamdulillah, I'm finally changing. Then one night, one moment of weakness, 1 second of being alone, one old trigger you didn't expect, and you fall again. and shaitan rushes to your heart faster than the sin itself. See, I told you, you're a hypocrite. You're not a good Muslim. You're pretending to change. You ruined everything. Just go back to your old life. And many people believe this voice. They think one fall means they lost the entire journey. But listen to this truth. A slip is not failure. Giving up is failure. Falling after trying does not make you a hypocrite. Before, you used to sin and feel nothing. Before, you didn't care. Before, you didn't even think of repenting. Now, when you fall, your chest tightens. Your eyes fill with tears. Your heart feels heavy. That pain is not punishment. It's mercy. It means your heart is waking up. It means your fitrah is alive. It means Allah still wants you to return to Him. A dead heart does not feel pain. Only a living heart feels guilt. So don't confuse regret with failure. Regret is a sign of Iman. So what should you do when you slip? 1. Stop the sin immediately. Not after this one time. Not after I'm done. Not later. Stop the moment you realize it. This shows Allah that your heart is still fighting. 2. Make wudu, not just to clean your body, but to wash the heaviness off your soul. There is a special calmness that comes when cold water touches a heart that just sinned. Allah is giving you a reset button. 3. Pray 2 rakahs of tawbah. Even if you feel unworthy, even if you feel dirty, even if you feel embarrassed, especially then, because the door of tawbah was made for the sinner, not the angel. And when you stand before Allah after a slip, you are standing in the exact place where shaitan refused to stand, in humility. 4. Make sincere dua. Say, Ya Allah, I am weak, but I refuse to leave your door. Forgive me, cover me, help me overcome this. Do not let this habit follow me into my grave. These words are worth more to Allah than 1,000 days of perfection with no sincerity. 5. Return to your plan. Do not throw away your progress. Instead, ask yourself, what triggered me this time? Was it a person, a place, a time of day, an emotion, a thought? Then fix that trigger, block it, avoid it, replace it, move it, delete it. Walk away from it. Every slip teaches you something new about yourself. Every mistake shows you where the cracks are. Every fall gives you the tools to avoid the next fall. And here is the good news. Every time you fall and stand back up, you are not restarting from zero. You are restarting from experience, from wisdom, from strength. The distance between your falls becomes longer. Your heart becomes firmer. Your triggers become weaker. Your soul becomes cleaner. And one day, without even realizing it, you will look back and think, Subhanallah, look how far Allah has taken me. You will not even recognize the person you used to be. And that is the beauty of repentance. It does not just erase your past. It rewrites your future. By the mercy of Allah, watch your tongue and your scrawling. There are 2 habits today that quietly destroy more hearts than alcohol, zina, or major sins. They slip into your life without noise. They feel harmless. They feel normal. They feel everyone does it. But they drain your iman drop by drop, and you don't notice until your heart feels empty. They are 1. Your tongue. 2. Your screenlets. Talk about each one. 1. The tongue, a small organ with a heavy weight. Your tongue weighs only a few grams. But on the day of judgment, it can weigh more than mountains. Insults, dirty jokes, backbiting, mocking someone, swearing, exposing people's sins, sarcasm that hurts feelings, words said in anger, words said without thinking. We say them and forget, but the angels write them and never forget. The Prophet ﷺ said, a person may say one sentence without thinking, and it can drag him deep into the fire. Just one sentence. When you realize this, you start seeing your tongue differently. Your tongue is not for entertainment. Your tongue is not a weapon. Your tongue is a trust from Allah. The same tongue that recites Qur'an should not also humiliate people. The same tongue that says, Allahumma inni az'aluka al-Jannah should not also say curse words. The same tongue that says, Astaghfirullah should not also spread gossip. So create a powerful new habit. If you are about to say something ugly, pause, breathe, swallow the word. Let it die in your throat before it harms someone else. Replace it with silence, or with kindness, or with Astaghfirullah. Because silence with dignity is better than speech with sin. And wallahi, your silence can save your akhirah too. The screen, the quiet thief of iman. If shaitan cannot pull you to the club, he will pull you to your phone. If he cannot make you commit a major sin, he will keep you scrolling until your heart becomes numb. We underestimate this. We think, it's just videos. It's just entertainment. It's harmless. But ask yourself, why does Salah feel heavy after scrolling? Why does Qur'an feel boring after scrolling? Why does your mind feel foggy? Why do you stay up late doing nothing? Why does your heart lose focus? Because your screen is shaping your heart. Every swipe is feeding your nafs or starving it. Scrolling is not entertainment. It is a spiritual drug. Minutes turn into hours. Hours turn into nights. And you don't even remember what you watched. But your iman remembers. Your heart remembers. Your book of deeds remembers. So build boundaries like a person protecting something precious. Set clear rules with your screen. No phone after a certain hour. Pick a time, 10 p.m., 11 p.m., and stick to it. Your nights should belong to Allah, not to a screen. No phone before Fajr and no phone after Fajr until you pray. The first thing your eyes see every morning should not be dunya. It should be the sky of Fajr and the promise of a new start. No haram content at all. If something appears, scroll away, block it, hide the account. Don't just watch for a second. A second is enough to poison your heart. Limit your time. Set timers. Use apps that restrict usage. Build discipline like a muscle. Remember this. Your phone will stand before Allah as a witness. Every app, every search, every scroll, every photo, every message. Either it will say, this servant used me for Qur'an, learning and good. Or it will say, this servant used me to harm himself. Your phone will not lie. Your screen will not hide anything. Your scrolling habits will be exposed like daylight. So choose wisely. Let your phone become a means to elevate your iman, not a rope that pulls you closer to Jahannam. May Allah protect us. Surround yourself with people of light. No one walks the path of purity alone. Even the strongest believer can fall if they are surrounded by darkness. And even the weakest believer can rise if they sit with people of light. This is how Allah created the human heart. It absorbs the environment. It reflects the people around it. It slowly becomes what it constantly sees. So if you truly want to change, you must look carefully at who is standing beside you on this journey. You need people who lift you, not pull you down. You need a friend who reminds you of Salah, not one who distracts you from it. A group that encourages good, not one that laughs at goodness. A teacher, a sheikh, a halaqah, a study circle, something that feeds your heart, not your ego. A community where obeying Allah feels normal and sin feels uncomfortable. Because your surroundings shape your iman, whether you notice it or not. The hard question you must ask yourself: look at your current friends. Do they help you get closer to Allah or closer to sin? Do they remind you of your purpose or make you forget it? Do they encourage your growth or laugh at your efforts? If your friends mock your modesty, laugh at your hijab or beard, invite you to gatherings full of sin, send you haram content, or say things like, relax, you're becoming too religious. Come on, one time won't hurt. You're no fun anymore. You're acting like a scholar now. Then understand, they are not supporting your soul. They may be good people in many ways, but they are not good for your akhirah. And anyone who isn't good for your akhirah cannot truly be good for your heart. Good friends are not a luxury, they are a life. A righteous friend doesn't have to be perfect. They don't have to be scholars or angels. They just need to care about Allah and care about you enough to want Jannah for you. A good friend might say, let's pray before we go. Did you memorize today? Let's go to the masjid. Delete that app, it's not helping you. Bro divided by sis, that's not good for your heart. Come with me to this lecture. Let's do something halal instead. These small reminders can save your entire deen. Because good company makes obedience feel natural, and bad company makes sin feel effortless. Ask Allah for better company. Then go look for it, raise your hands and say, Ya Allah, give me friends who love you, friends who remind me of you, friends who help me walk toward you. And then take action. Go to the masjid, attend a halaqah, join a Qur'an circle, volunteer for charity, sit with people who soften your heart, sit with people who carry light, sit with people who make you want to become a better Muslim. Because you don't just follow your friends, you become like your friends. Choose carefully, choose wisely, choose for your Jannah. Remember why you are leaving the habit. Stop for a moment and ask yourself, why am I really trying to leave this habit? Is it to impress people? Is it to look better? Is it just for health? No, that is not the reason that will make you last. Those are temporary rewards. You are leaving this habit for something far greater. You are leaving it for Allah, for His love, for His pleasure. You want the angels to mention you with honor, not to shake their heads in disappointment. You want a heart so pure that when you stand before Allah, it speaks for you. Not a heart full of guilt, shame, or regret. You want your grave to shine with light, not to whisper the echoes of the habits you never left. Turn weakness into remembrance. Every time you feel weak, every time your nafs whispers, I can't do this, I'm too far gone, this is too hard. Stop, breathe, and remind yourself, I am not losing anything for the sake of Allah. I am trading something temporary for something eternal. Every cigarette, every harmful habit, every scroll, every moment of anger, when given up for Allah, returns to you multiplied. It returns as light in your heart, peace in your mind, strength in your deeds, closeness to Allah in your akhirah, the power of intention. Do not underestimate the power of your intention. Even if you stumble, your heart knows why you started. Even if the world mocks your efforts, Allah sees your struggle. Even if it feels impossible, remember, Allah is closer to me than my jugular vein. He knows my weaknesses, and He will guide me if I remain sincere. You are not giving up pleasure. You are gaining everything that truly matters. You are not limiting yourself. You are opening the doors to Jannah. So every time temptation comes, whisper in your heart, this is for Allah. This is for my akhirah. This is for a heart that will shine on the day I meet Him. Hold that vision. Cling to that reason. Because when your heart has a purpose, no habit, no matter how strong, can hold you. Today can be your turning point. My dear brother, my dear sister, listen carefully. You are not too far gone. You are not beyond hope. You are not finished. No matter how many times you have stumbled, no matter how heavy the habit feels, no matter how deep the shame sits in your heart, as long as you are breathing, as long as your heart is beating, the door of repentance remains wide open. Allah's mercy is closer than your heartbeat. He is waiting for you to turn back. He is ready to lift you higher than you have ever imagined. And right now, as you hear these words, you can make a choice that will change everything. Today, I start. Today, I take one step away from this habit for the sake of Allah, not perfectly, not flawlessly, but sincerely. Take that first step. Change one thing in your environment that triggers the habit. Start one small good deed that pulls you closer to Allah. Make one dua from the depths of your heart. Ya Allah, help me, guide me, strengthen me. Do not leave me to my weaknesses. Make this easy for me. and watch how Allah responds. He will replace your weakness with strength. He will replace your shame with light. He will replace your fear with peace. Today can be your turning point. Today can be the day your heart begins to change. Today can be the day your habit loses its power over you. So do not wait. Do not doubt. Do not delay. One step, one choice, one dua, and Allah, the most merciful, will meet you with more help, guidance, and blessings than you ever imagined. Remember, your past does not define you. Your habits do not define you. Your choices do. Make today the day that defines you. Make today the day you step closer to Jannah. Because your heart, your soul, and your akhirah are worth it. Raise your heart now, even if you